Mic check, mic check. Can you guys hear me? Mic check. Just doing a quick mic check and look at the levels. Looking pretty good. So, hi guys. It's been a while since I've did a vlog update. I guys kind of update you on how life is going, and yeah, just what I've been doing and how it's been going. And I guess I've been home from school for the past 7 years. Since I've kind of finished. I didn't graduate. Like, I finished school, and then I just got so burnt out. You know, from all the from yeah, I got so burnt out from all the academic. I'm academically burnt out. Still, and yeah, I've just never recovered since 2018. That's 7 whole years, and we're coming up to the end of 2025. I'm still exhausted and dealing with burnout. And yeah, so but after the school, I've had a few gigs, worked on a few shows, and yeah, I haven't had a show or that sort of like broadcast employment for the past 2 years now. So I'm thinking about just kind of trying to you know go back to school and finish up what I've started, but at a different school, not this current school. I'm gonna try transfer my credits and be more of a creative instead of like a labor type deal. Like, I'm thinking ready to like really be serious about it. Like this past school, I was just kind of like just kind of floating around. What am I good at? Like, I don't want to you know be part of the woke mob, if you know what I mean. I don't want to you know like push an agenda like a lot of these Netflix shows are. Like how the Witcher series just kind of went downhill without Henry Cavill. And yeah, I've had a few like part-time jobs here and there over the years, and I'd eventually just get burnt out because I'd go back to this old job that I've actually started, 10 years ago, between going to school, like, and going to that part-time job between schools. Like, wow, I wish I could do this more than, or I wish I could do this full time instead of going to school. That's, I guess that's how like this new woke era kind of affected me. It's trying to tear me down and pull me down and condition me. How else do you want to say it? Because they're really pushing that wokeness, and it's coming from the top. It's not a grassroots movement. It's coming directly from government. They're trying to indoctrinate you with this gender ideology. I'm like, what is this coming? What is this all about? Like, pronouns, what are those? And then you realize it just doesn't mean anything. So, and yeah, so I had a few jobs. And I got ultimately burnt out. I've been trying to apply back to those jobs, but they're just not getting back to me. I wonder if there's like a new hiring process. My resume is about 7 years old, and I have worked a few other jobs since then, so I haven't really updated my resume. I might have to just go and sit down with a career counselor, just kind of work things through, like, and yeah, at least get a job. Like, I've been like fishing for a job on Indeed, like, for the past 2 years, and nothing's just getting back to me. Like, I'll see my old job post up, and they just don't even recontact me, even though I've sent in my application. And yeah, that's for that. So still kind of in between jobs. And yeah, I had the new PS5 and I had the new Xbox Series X, and for the time being, those were fun, but then they just kind of stopped innovating. Like, they hit a plateau, and then Microsoft upped the price of Game Pass, and Sony just releases or re-releases PS4 games as PS5 like titles, and so I sold both of them. People snatched them up pretty quickly for 500 a piece, and I made a pretty good profit. And I'm just gonna be going Steam, full time, playing on Steam full time, I guess now. And I do have a Switch too. Like I had the first Switch, and the two main games I played was Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and yeah, I'll say on the Switch too. I'm just replaying Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild in full HD. The full 4K 60, the way it's meant to be played. And yeah, I can't believe I would spend so much time on Breath of the Wild on the old Switch, despite its performance woes. Like 30 FPS, not even full 1080p. Like but I got through it. Just not playing handheld. I'd plug it into a TV. I think that helped. Or I even use like a 24-inch gaming monitor. That also helped. Yeah, TV. Yeah, speaking of TVs, like I did have an OLED C1 TV for a couple months, and then I decided to get rid of it because I think I need a brighter TV, because those OLEDs are like, they're really good with their blacks, but it just seemed too dark. Or my eyes just getting kind of bad now that I'm getting up in old age. Like these are reading glasses now. Like, so I'm really getting up there. Like take a guess how old I am. Like if you knew me, if you met me on Dust, like how old did I say I was then? And you do the math. And if you really don't know how old I am, then just ask. Throw it in the comments so I know you're watching this video. And yeah, the Switch 2 is what the Switch should have been this whole time. Like I never got the Switch 1 until like 2020. And yeah, ever since Breath of the Wild, man, I've been really hooked on how Zelda's gonna come out. And yeah, Tears of the Kingdom really blew it away from me too. I beat that on Switch 1, surprisingly. Like, if only I could have waited for the Switch 2 and experienced it all in like full HD 4K 60 FPS. But oh well. And I kind of want to get more Switch games. Like to be a Switch player, you really got to be like a really Nintendo fanboy. I'm not a fan of anything. But the Pokemon Z to A looks really good, and maybe Pokemon Arceus could finally be a really good performer on the Switch too. And yeah, so we're into like November 17th, and it's almost December, and apparently next week it's gonna freeze. And to be honest, I am so tired of winter up here. Like I want to go south, and honestly, there's nothing stopping me. And I just gotta get my passport situated. Like I should be able to do it now. Like, it does take maybe 140 to get the application process, and I just gotta go to like London Drugs, get my passport photos, and I'm just gonna go straight down to the immigration center, down Lower Mainland, and just put them in my application. Like to get one of those number tags, and sit in the chair. Oh wait, yeah, fill out the application, grab a number, and then just wait, and then you get it within 10 days. So I'd rather do that. And then this last time when I left school back in 2018, I got it for like 5 years, and it's been 7 years now. That passport is long expired, and yeah, so that school really does try to indoctrinate you into the woker. I notice some of my classmates, they went in and then they came out totally what's that word? Where they're turned into an activist, radicalized. Yeah, there you go, radicalized activists. Oh, and then it's just super, super liberal. I grew up in Montana. In case no one knows, so I'm like a Republican at heart. And yeah, when you grow up in the '90s as a kid in Montana, like the world is at your doorstep. Like we would go out, we'd go to the mall in Billings, Montana, or we'll go check out the dollar night at the Dollar Theater. Whenever the expensive theater has their week or 2 week of shows running, then they'll ship them off to the Dollar Theater. We'll go there, hang out, play at the arcade, and just enjoy movies that way. And Montana beef. I'm not sure if you guys heard of this place called Fuddruckers. I remember having a birthday party there, a couple of birthday parties, and they would have this arcade game, Aliens vs Predator, the arcade game. Yeah, that was one of the funner arcade games ever because you could just play the campaign with co-op with friends. And yeah, so I guess that is a somewhat life update. I've been out of school for 7 years and had a couple jobs here and there. And yeah, this past spring, my dog died. She passed away. She was 16, and she got to stay with me probably the last 2 years or the first 2 years of school, and then I'd move into another place with no dogs allowed. So she had to stay with my mom, and it became my mom's dog. She really got attached to my mom. It's pretty funny, even though she was my dog. But I was gone. I was gone even before that. I was gone to look for work in the city, and I would get work. And I'd stay with friends. Or that job would kind of go through, and I'd hang on to the other job, and I'd stay with another friend at another place. And yeah, once again I'll get burnt out. So I'd go house sit for a friend for a year while they're away, and that really gave me some clarity, some peace of mind. And that was when I first played The Last of Us 1. So this is before school, like a year before school. So yeah, Last of Us 1 in the old cold house during the winter. And it would take the wood stove a couple hours to heat up. And yeah, playing Last of Us in an old house really did bring to the immersion. Playing with a blanket on me, especially when we get to the winter scene, that really felt very immersive. And just being there with my dog for a year, well, I could get used to this peace of quiet. It's not that I'm lonely; it's just I enjoy my own company. And yeah, speaking of company, I've had some people come into my life and maybe kind of show interest, but not really want to commit. And then they would do 180, which is fine. If they want to go, and I wouldn't chase them. But yeah, that really made me realize, what, I do enjoy my own company. I enjoy being alone. Women just make things more complicated. Being in a relationship sounds like it would just take away from that peace. At this point, they're competing with my peace. I really enjoy my peace now. Yeah, so I guess that's it. A quick update for me. Let me know what you guys think. As far as Dust Buddies concerned, everyone is still kind of scattered into the wind. I know there's a crew on Eve Online. I thought about getting back into it, but then it's a subscription service, and I just cut Xbox Game Pass, and I'm kind of just letting the PSN subscription runs out end of December. Yeah, I don't even own PS5 and Xbox no more. Like I said, I'm going Steam all the way. And yeah, I recently beat Final Fantasy VII Remake. on PC after first playing it 5 years ago on the PS4 Pro. Even the PS4 Pro, it ran at 30 FPS. And yeah, Steam. Once it was when it was like on Steam, it was like full 4K, like 120 FPS, like clarity. I could see it. I could see clearly on PC. Like in general, I think console gaming is just not for me anymore. Not since Dust went away. Like if Dust never went away, I probably would never got the PS4 or never got the PS5. And one of my friends said that his peak gaming experience was probably Battlefield 1 back in 2016, 2017. So when we had a full squad to run with. And then at the same time, my peak PvP experience is probably Titanfall 2. Launched the same time as Battlefield 1. And that took me by storm. So I played that, on the PS4 Slim. And then I got it for PC like last year, and I just can't compete because I'm just not that good. But before I sold my Xbox, probably for the past 2 years on Xbox, we would play DayZ, and we would play these community servers. You guys probably see the videos like on my channel, like, and that PvP experience was probably one of the best PvP experiences I've ever had because it's just high stakes. So if you lose your gear, you lose your gear when you die, and you spawn across the map. And so the stakes were high. So you get an adrenaline rush, when you see someone and when you take them down, or you rage when you get taken down. But yeah, that was such a fun experience playing DayZ community servers on Xbox. Doing the raids, or doing a base defense from a raid. That was really fun because everyone's just on point. Everyone is just locked in. We're kind of just protecting each other, and we're just thirsting for kills. Yeah, DayZ and Titanfall 2 and Dust 514 are probably the best top tier experiences I've had with PvP and squad play in my lifetime so far. And yeah, I do have Armor Reforger. It's in my hard drive, and played it a little bit, but just not enough to not enough to kind of get into it. You do need a squad to play the game, otherwise it's not fun. And I do see videos of it of people flying helicopters, and yeah, I used to fly dropships in Dust, so maybe I'll try get good at helicopters and Armor Forger. Like I'm all about that transportation and Logi support. And I was a Logi in Dust 514. If you guys know me, like as a point whore, I guess I like those Logi points, but it's still poor. And eventually moving from Logi to heavy, and then I rotate back and forth, and playing heavy was so much fun. I think one of the best moments I had playing heavy, I didn't get to record it, but Cheesy Balls, if you guys know him, remember him, he would play with me, and we would play the lab building. That was a domination, where it's just one objective. So I'd play the lab building, and I think I got like 60-1, and with Cheesy Balls repping me, and damn, that's like another moment that still pops up in my memory. Like moments like that really shine through. That's what I live for, moments like that in gaming. So yeah, so I miss moments like that. I miss people like Cheesy Balls. So if anyone has any information on them, let me know. Like, and yeah, just playing with the OG squad. Like I think over the years, we kind of hook up with Destiny 2. Nibs is still playing Destiny, or Southern Cowboys playing PlanetSide 2. We'd hook up in there and whatnot, and it's funny playing DayZ on Xbox. I met a mutual friend from Dust 514. Like his friend, like I think what's his name, Nathaniel has a friend, and I met him, and DayZ Xbox is pretty funny. And also in this DayZ faction that I was in, like became an honorary uncle because one of our faction members had a kid, and their third baby. And yeah, a couple made us all uncles pretty much, so it was like an honor. And Yeah, but I'm just tired of console Daisy because it uses an older engine. And yeah, I did tinker around with the Daisy PC, but you know, like I said earlier, you need a squad. I think I had a friend that played custom servers on Daisy, and then I just could not keep up. You know, between the Xbox Daisy and PC Daisy, I had to pick and choose. So for the time being, I just chose Xbox Daisy because that's where all the players were at, all the faction members were at. But since this last Xbox Daisy server wipe, no one came back, and I decided not to renew Game Pass. I'm gonna see how long it's gonna take, and I think 3 weeks went by, so and no one jumped on Daisy, and then that's when I had a epiphany. I am tired of paying for Game Pass just to play Daisy when I have for PC for Steam when I bought it back in 2014, and I'm just gonna support my Steam library, and then boom, yeah, sold my Xbox it, and then boom, might as well sell my PS5 too. I'm only like revisiting older games and I've already played them, so boom, PS5 sold, Xbox sold, like within a day of each other, and $500 each. And so I was able to pay down my Visa with that, and then the only console I have left is the Switch 2. I'll probably get some use out of that before I feel like selling it again. Like Nintendo's games are like $90 a pop right now. And another console I have left that's kind of not worth much, but it's the PS3 that I bought. Uh, that's that summer 2013, and then that winter, that next spring is when I got into Dust 5 and 4. So it is the PS3 that carried Dust 5 and 4, through the ages, until 2016, until the servers went offline. And yeah, I get kind of sentimental about these things, man. Like it's not worth much. I see it on buying sales for like $80. Like, do I want to get rid of my PS3? Like it's hooked up, but I haven't powered it on for a bit, and it does get the Blu-ray updates. And my friend might buy it in the new year. Like I kind of offered it to him because he hasn't had a PS3 during his lifetime. He's only had 360, and I think I might let that go too. So this whole debacle with the gaming on consoles, it's just I've let it go. It's all behind me now. Like eventually, if video game went away tomorrow, I probably wouldn't care. Like I'm honestly just tired of video games at this point in my life. I'd rather have life experiences. Like I'd rather go on trips. Like I'd rather try and plan a like a travel, like a flight somewhere. Like try to get my friend to come with me. Like he never goes anywhere, and he only goes like either north from his northern town to the main city, once a year. Never leaves the country. And yeah, when I finished school back in 2018, man, I had it. Like I was gonna move south of the border. Like I was gonna, but then I didn't know. Like I was having these health related issues that I was unaware of until finally it was revealed. Like I am now type 2 diabetic, and I was diagnosed with Gilbert syndrome. Yeah, I was honestly actually born with Gilbert syndrome. So Gilbert syndrome is like where you kind of have like a underdeveloped liver when you're an infant, and so I was like born with jaundice, but that went away. But it took me till this long in my life to actually for it start to affect me in a negative way. So I kind of have to be in like a diet plan, also be like a type 2 diabetic diet plan. But that pre-diabetes, man, like that was rough. I had no idea. I hadn't no idea I was like this unwell, with pre-diabetes. But like it's all under control. Like it's something you have to live with. Like it can't go away, but it could go into remission. So And yeah, my next step is just to get healthy. Like I used to be such a health nut. I used to snowboard and play hockey. I play hockey in the morning and then go snowboarding throughout the day after playing hockey, and then go to work, dishwashing from 5 o'clock to midnight. Do that for like 10 days straight, and then yeah, it's honestly these dishwashing jobs that really made me so exhausted and fatigued. But this last one that I was telling you about, like when I started back in 2015, where I said, I wish I could just do this full time instead of going to school. That was an easygoing place because it was not in the busy center of the town, kind of like away from town. But anyways, I thought I'd give you guys an update. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Put them in the comments. And my gamer tag is no longer whiskey. It's like I remember hearing my friend's mom going, "Why'd you name yourself Whiskey?" Just how she said it, whiskey. It's like, oh yeah, I'll name myself. My new gamer tag is Pepper514, or I just go by Pepper. Anyway, my name's Buck, and I'm signing off. I'll talk to you guys all later.